My name is Doug. I'm Vice President Lightcast.com. I just wanted to go over a few options with respect to monetization, OTT monetization, and the comparison of and current revenue models. Audience is currency. Obviously, the more viewership you have, the more ad impressions that you would have. You just need to know where to exchange. Most common revenue models, advertising, AVOD. Some of you might be familiar with some of these. AVOD, ad integration, SVOD, subscription model, Netflix, Hulu, pay-per-view events. These are some of the most common. Some of your alternative revenue models, product sales, online store, lead gen, sponsors, your own advertisers, sponsors, your own media sponsors. These are your most lucrative. Fundraising, donations, patrons, and crowdfunding. Those are some of your alternative models. Most lucrative models for large viewership is your ad networks and your SVOD as well through, I'm sure you're familiar with, like I said, subscriptions with Netflix, Hulu, and pay-per-view events. Those are your most lucrative for your larger viewership. For your smaller viewership models, your own advertisers, if you have relationships with these are not your traditional ads through your ad networks. If you have your own relationships with advertisers or sponsors, this is always going to be your most lucrative. Again, your SVOD, some run both, some run AVOD and SVOD, and also the promotion of products through sales, online stores, and lead gen. This is a model comparison, as you can see, with respect to volume-dependent setup fees that are incurred for each one, your technical support needed, return per viewer, and requirements with as far as integration and break time or break-even points. As you can see, with respect to subs, advertising, sponsors, products, and donations, that sponsors is always going to be your less labor-intensive and more return per viewer. With respect to that, and your break-even points about 1 to 2 months, as opposed to some of them that require more integration. It's going to take a little bit more with respect to integration. Fundraising. Fundraising is exactly the same way you would do it on traditional TV. What's required with this is add graphics to your videos, creating and display support-worthy causes, creating conversion optimized landing pages, whether they're your own or your patrons. This is always something that your marketing firm or your business consultant can help you with. You always want to promote landing pages on your videos as well. Questions that you want to ask yourself or questions to consider, do you already raise funds on TV? Do you already have fundraising systems in place? Do you have products your OTT viewership might get excited about or compassionate about? So that's with respect to fundraising. Promoting product sales, you do this pretty much the same way you would on traditional TV. Obviously, you need to have products that are interest to your viewership, creating special incentives for OTT viewers across your platforms, whether it's Roku, Fire, Android TV, or Apple TV, and have respective graphics to those videos. And again, this is something that your marketing consultant firm or your consultants can help you out with, and always want to promote your optimized landing pages on all your videos. Of course, something to consider with this one here is, do you already sell products that are appealing to your viewership? Do you have an e-commerce system set up already in place? And do you have optimized landing pages that would drive to your viewers as well? That's for product sales. Sponsors. Again, this is always your most lucrative, serving pre, mid, and post-roll video ads, whether they're sponsors or direct advertisers or co-branding apps. What you would need with this is a multi-platform ad server with multi-source campaign capabilities, as well as an OVP and a CDN and an app developer. Lightcast can help you out with all these as well. Question is, do you have or can you easily develop relationships with advertisers or sponsors? You might already have these in-house as well that might want to be named as sponsors to your shows, or have their videos run on their content run on your apps. Again, this is always the most lucrative that I've seen. This is basically an example of a multi-source, multi-platform ad serving, where you can see you can have multiple ad sources through different channels. You can have in your apps, you can have free content that people can view, as well as premium content behind SVOD. So you can have basically AVOD and SVOD at the same time. These are your ad sources that are managed by Lightcast ad servers and allocating ad plays per views according to your preferences. all your internal ads, promotions, your own direct advertisers or sponsors, ads from external ad networks, which pay your CPM for every day. And these are actually, and you can actually have the ability to control your geo-targeting, whether you want to target specific apps or you want to target specific, geo-target specific areas. And you have complete control of the demand priority and the inventory allocation as well. And then these are served to all of your publishing properties, whether they're web players, mobile apps, Roku apps, Fire TV, Android, on all your other apps. So all your publishing properties are programmed to call on ads in specific frequencies, such as all your pre, mid, and post-roll ads. And you can control the frequency of how often that you have these ads played. So this is basically a good example of a multi-platform ad server that Lightcast offers for all your platforms. Subscription, SVOD and SLive. I'm sure you guys are familiar with most of these with, as far as Netflix and Hulu, your traditional subscription offers, whether donation or donor or partner incentives. What's required with this is the multi-platform subscriber management and payment processing system, not to be confused with just your payment gateway, but as well as a subscriber management handling system. And these, with your user authentication on all of your web, mobile apps, TV apps, your self-managed subscriber accounts, subscriber database, admin backend. This is all part of your central subscriber payment system. So with Lightcast, your clients can actually log on from any device, any platform, and have access to your content, very similar to Netflix. So the question here is, do you have enough content? Is your content valuable enough for your viewers, to make them want to view your content? Are they offering access to live events or videos produced through subscribers exclusively? So definitely if you're using the SVOD model, you want to definitely have an ample amount of content to keep them coming back, otherwise they'll drop off. So this is the actual subscriber handling system for Lightcast.com. So regardless of whatever apps that you have, whether they're OTT, mobile, web, smart TV, web apps, they all get directed to a landing page where they enter in a one-time code and instantly have access across all of your platforms, all of your current publishing platforms that you have tied into your OVP and your CDN with one click. So Lightcast tip, deploy at least 3 monetization tools parallel to maximizing revenues, whether it be fundraising, promoting product sales, sponsors, SVOD, SLive, pay-per-view events, advertising. This is something you'd have to determine which revenue model best works for your model, for your business model. At any time, if you want to give us a call or come see us over at our booth, we'll be happy to consult you on what monetization model might be best for you guys. Again, this is just a recap of the revenue models. As you can see, sponsors is always going to be your most lucrative, most inexpensive to set up, and obviously the highest return on investment per viewer. And as far as the requirements for that, basically you just need to have relationships with your sponsors or donors that you have. And your break-even point's much shorter, as you can see. So audience is currency. You just need to know where and how to exchange it. So that's pretty much it on OTT monetization. Is there any questions I can help you guys out with?
Yeah, we got plenty of time for questions. Who's got a question for Douglas? I know y'all want to make some money. Anyone? Going once, going twice?
I appreciate it, guys. I apologize. It was short. Like I said, I was just calling on to do this about 30 minutes ago, so I had to throw something together. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions or anything about monetization, come see us over at our booth.
Okay, well, they have a booth. If anything comes up, let's give a round of applause. Douglas.